Starting for oGs-TL to the right side of dual side, we have our Zerg player in the red, our sniper.
oGs-TL Juke
2. Not to be confused with Junwei. A lot of people used to get those players confused.
To the left, we have now the FXOpen player. It is
FXO Lucky.
Lucky looking very serious right now.
We should not forget that Juke 2 was able to take down Koka in order to get into Code A.
Yep, don't forget that. Koka, someone a lot of people looking forward to having back in the GSL, was not quite able to make it this season. Mark my words though, I think that guy will be back. Ooh, we're gonna have a hatch block here by the looks of things. Oh, not quite.
Juke 2 with a hatch first against his opponent.
Yeah,
Lucky.
Lucky, yep.
Exactly the same build.
You can see a lot of, what happens here is the early drone scout for Lucky kind of gives away, in most cases, that he's going for a hatch first. And since he scouted and his opponent did not, Juke 2 gets extra mining from this.
At the same time, it enables him to get the hatch first. So Juke 2 is gambling here a little bit, because if Lucky would have just decided to go for a 10 pull, for example, he would have been in a very good position against the hatch first play. So Lucky playing once again, as Wolf already mentioned earlier, a bit cautious here. And so he should, in my opinion. He's not going for some kind of coin flip strategy against his opponent. Juke 2 taking risk, therefore a bit behind, ahead obviously, in his mineral mining.
Yep. Wow, OGS Juke 2 is playing for the first time after 124 days, and if he wins, it'll be his first win after 290 days. That is such a long time. Oh my god. I knew he hadn't played that much recently or done a whole lot, but wow.
Yeah, that's...
Well, the hatcheries are finishing up here, as are the pools. An earlier queen, of course, comes with an earlier spawning pool. So that means he will be able to start his production just a little bit faster than Lucky's, but Lucky will have a little bit more money. So fairly even as far as those two builds kind of collide. See how much gas he mines here. That's going to be really important to see.
Queens are already halfway done at this point. And speed. Speed a lot earlier for Lucky here.
Yep, much earlier. And that a few second difference can actually make all the difference in the world in this matchup, depending on how many Zerglings we see from Lucky.
Lucky is still mining gas, and I have to admit that I can't see the gas count here for Juke 2.
Oh, and Baneling Nest gets scouted.
Yeah, guys, we mentioned it earlier that we had some last minute difficulties with the equipment, so our vision is a little bit handicapped today, and therefore we can't really see exactly what Juke 2 is doing with his gas count here. So, but he's still mining gas.
Yeah, so and he's made his own Baneling Nest as well.
Yeah, Baneling in the early game.
Very common on dual site.
Yeah, good scouting for Lucky here. Spots it.
Yeah, both players making spines now, and I would expect the worker count is probably dead even at this point. A few more Zerglings being made from Lucky by the looks of things.
And at the same time, one thing that...
Oh wow, look at that, 16 Zerglings on the way.
Oh, getting really aggressive here. Yeah, right.
Some Banelings being morphed already for the defense,
and
though.
That's the thing. If you can get some aggression going for you and your opponent is over-droning, then you are definitely in a very good position. So ZVZ is all about when can I actually build drones? When can I get ahead? When do I have to build units in order to respond to my opponent's aggression? And Lucky is now getting a ton of Banelings, so this is going to be a very interesting Baneling war.
More gas going down for Juke 2 here. I think Juke 2 thinks he can just defend and go mutas, but the fact of the matter is, I think he's going to die here without any more spines, and he doesn't have time to make them now.
It will definitely depend on the Banelings, on the micro right now. This is what it comes down to once again in the ZVZ. Trying to get in here, the drone's retreating already. Nice pick off here by the Spinecaller. The Zerglings get in to take down Queen and Spinecaller though.
Don't forget about these Banelings! Oh my god! Wow. Oh man! Things looking really bad for Juke 2 now.
He did not react at all.
No, he did not. Queen goes down, more Baneling hits going off, taking out a few more of those Zerglings. Larva has been killed as well.
How did this happen? He didn't really see the Banelings, did he?
He saw them. I think he didn't know what to do. He just had no idea.
He kind of
froze.
choked.
He choked. Yeah, man. He was like, well, I already pulled my drones from my natural, and now all my drones are together, and they're all just going to die together.
15 harvesters, losing 15 harvesters in a mirror match in a ZVZ, that is just the most horrible start ever. So he is in an awful position. He may even lose some more. Oh, but he will take out the spine. Nice, well done. This opens, obviously, once again an attack path for Lucky, and he's transitioning into Roaches, while Juktu is just taking a gamble here. He's going for Lair Tech and Roaches, +1 attack upgrade already up for Lucky. He will be ahead in upgrades. Did you just cancel it?
Cancel what? I'm sorry.
He had a +1 attack upgrade for the Roaches
it looks
coming
like
up
he canceled it to make a few additional Banelings, and I kind of like that choice.
And
he's going to get 4 more Banelings out.
Build any Roaches at all.
What's happening
Oh, there
here?
it is. There is the +1 attack upgrade once again.
Yeah,
so he decided to get the Banelings first and then the upgrade.
And here they go. I mean, he has so many Banelings here, maybe able to break through. With the Zergling follow-up, a few Banelings got in there.
Once again in the main base, and he's losing mining time here.
Oh, don't stack up. Oh, he killed the larva and the drones there.
Kills 4 additional one. In total, 20 workers killed.
And things looking really bad. He wanted to go for the Spire Tech, but he just can't. Now he's desperately trying to get Roach speed, but what kind of advantage is that really going to be in this type of scenario where your opponent's always going to have more Roaches than you?
And he trades a Baneling for Zergling. Definitely nobody should do. Once again, a nice Baneling connect in the end, but Lucky just built 10 additional drones. He's so far ahead now.
Yeah, so far ahead. He is going to way outproduce his opponent in Roaches before his opponent can really get ahead with that Lair Tech. He doesn't even have +1 on the way, so all he's going to have is Roach speed as his advantage. And with Roach speed, if your opponent has significantly more Roaches than you, especially with upgrades, you can kind of forget about Roach speed. You can kind of neglect it. All it does is allow you to get a better concave or more damage output with all of your Roaches, but if your opponent has more Roaches than you and you're moving into that faster, just means you might potentially die faster.
68 against 81 supply, if I read this correctly.
Yeah.
And, well, we have now a few links streaming across the map, but just look at the Roaches. He has the +1 attack upgrade. He's going for an Overseer, so he will scout what Juktu is up to. He will scout everything, and he can just take him down with the numbers. He has a 3rd base as well at the bottom. So this is the perfect situation for Lucky to be in.
Yep, Juktu has to take out the base of his Roaches. He does have a decent Roach count, but Lucky just has so many more on the way, and the one advantage, like I said, will be that Roach speed, but in defending a hatchery, that probably won't come into play too much. He may be able to get the hatchery, get in and get out with the Roach speed. It's all going to come down to positioning, but look at this, he already sees this coming. Yep. We have some Banelings to help support this, and +1 is going to maybe come into play here. More Roaches coming out for Lucky. I think he should be able to defend this, though. Yeah, he defends it, and that is going to be about it.
Exactly. He has the numbers now. It's 65 supply against 110. Yeah, I think so. 65 supply against 110. We have also the Infestation Pit now for Juktu, something that he simply can't afford at this point.
He cannot afford it. He is doing it as a last-ditch effort. He's hoping that maybe he can get some key fungals off to defend. But right now, Lucky doesn't even have to attack. He might attack to trade, but he doesn't have to. Pathogen glands are on the way. He's continuing to beef up his Roach count. He's going to have no upgrades when this hits. Again, it's going to be +1 against +0.
He has twice the amount of Roaches at this point, and
it's crazy.
A 20 supply lead when it comes down to the harvester count.
Plus better saturation with 3 bases.
Exactly.
You can see that graph there shows quite a substantial mineral deficit for Juktu. It's looking really bad at this point, almost hopeless for Juktu here.
Lucky has to decide what to do now. And the one thing that is really important about the expansion is also that he has now 6 gas in comparison to 2. So he will be able to get a lot more tech units, and already at this point Juktu is just crawling it up because he knows exactly that he has to buy time a little bit. Overseer can already attack, but the Overseer should be ready. Starts with full hit points, obviously.
Yep, that was a close call there. Does get it.
And second upgrade coming up now, so not only going for the +2 attack upgrade, but also +1 armor. And
Hydras as well.
Juktu is going to expand again. He has to take some risks here.
He has to, but if the Overseer scouts that expand, he loses. I mean, he will lose it no matter what. This is a crazy move by Juktu. I don't know what he thinks he's going to accomplish with this one. He does target down a few Roaches. He's buying time for his expansion, perhaps. but he loses a lot of roaches and does not accomplish a lot.
The thing is, though, that Lucky should definitely make sure that he hits the timing here. He needs to make sure that he does not allow his opponent to get back into this game, because the Infestors are out now,
Yeah,
and they will get more and more energy by the minute. So if he can use enough Fungals, then he might get lucky at some point. We have a huge supply lead for Lucky. He is a 70 supply ahead, so that it should not happen. But still, he needs to be careful.
The potential is there. You're exactly right. I mean, this has happened in other ZVZs in the past, where one player has just been all about the roach count and is not teched up to Infestors and been in trouble. 10, 11 more Hydras, 12 more Hydras on the way right now for Lucky. And those are really going to seal the deal, I think. Even with good Fungals, the Concave will not be enough to save him. The Fungals will not be enough to save him. The Hydra's just going to do too much damage with +2-1 against +0. If he hits with that timing, it is just going to... I mean, the Fungals are going to be negligible. He's not even going to really care about those.
Exactly. He's going to shrug them off, as he has just such an amazing lead when it comes down to the upgrades. But at this point, Lucky is moving out already, so... He's trying it with a +1 armor upgrade, apparently. And he definitely should.
He sees the Infestor count. He starts his Infestation Pit now. It doesn't matter, though, the Infestor count. The Infestors are well split. It's going to come down to Micro, but even if he loses all of his units with the economy he has right now, he won't lose all of his units. He can trade okay and then just make a second wave with Infestors with better upgrades and end the game. We're going to see him try to draw the forces away. Here come the Hydras. They're going to be so key here.
Nice Fungals.
So much, and a surround on the Infestors. Even though he gets decent Fungals, the Infestors going down very quickly. He cannot hold this base.
No, he can't. Every single Infestor is going to die. The Spine Crawlers die as well. And he's reinforcing with 24 additional roaches, researching +2 armor upgrade. And just look how Lucky is tearing him apart. Juktu is losing unit after unit. Its third base is not going to survive. And the GG by oGs-TL Juktu is inevitable. Lucky takes it and brings another point onto the scoreboard for FXO. 3-2 in their favor.
Yep. Juktu, unfortunately, unable to come out and do his role. So if he won tomorrow, man, it would be 291 days since his last victory. It's been a pretty big dry spell for Juktu in the GSL. But Lucky just showing some great play in the last two games. Patience in both games as well. And, man, Juktu got to be frustrated with what he encountered there. It looked like he wanted to go Mutas. He was like, all right, he's going to stick with Zergling Baneling and be defensive because it's a dual site. So I'm going to take a risk and get fast layer. He added his 3 gases without seeing the Banelings coming. You could see he was like adding the gases, and I was like, uh-oh, Juktu, you know, you're not going to be able to hold this. And then his lack of splitting when the Banelings got into his main was kind of like the nail in the coffin, and then from there he just had a slow and painful death.
And at this point there are only 2 players left for OGS, so they have to choose now. They have a lot of potential sitting on in the booth. So we have Supernova, for example, we also have Zenyo, we have Hero. And they have to make sure that they make the right choices now, because there's still Lenok coming out for FXO. And if they need to choose one of the maps and the map jobs in order to snipe Lucky right now, this map will later on just not be available in order to take on Lenok.
I think they're going to have to make a tough choice. If I am the Wind right now, I have 2 choices. And I know I have 2 key players. There's 2 of them. There's Supernova and Hero. Yep. Okay? And I go, in this case, it's hard to say this, but I go Hero first because, you know, you want Hero for Lenok, but if you pull out another Terran
and he loses,
you're at your last leg, and you know Hero might lose Lucky, but then there's Lenok to deal with as well. I go Hero first, but either
Metropolis.
way, yeah, man,
Hero and Metropolis, that would be a good choice.
That's what I might do, but it is gonna be Supernova first.
It is Supernova, another Terran player. Lucky is once again up against the Terran after oGs-TL for GG. He's now facing Supernova.
The arguments for Supernova before Hero are that, for example, if they used Hero first and he beat Lucky, then he might be prey to another opponent. Then if they use Lenok later against Supernova, it could be tough. In this case, to go for Supernova first, he's a better all-around player. So if he can just get over this one hump, it's a big risk to use Supernova first, but it's the one that he had to make here. And the Wind decides to make this choice because He knows if he can get over the lucky hump, then he can beat so many different other players because he's a better all-around player than Hero. He can play a TVT if he needs to. He can play a TVP and a TVZ. But playing a TVZ against this guy is going to be his hardest challenge. He has to get over this hump right now.
I'm excited to see which map they chose in order to start the map against the match against Lucky.
Yep. You can see Supernova ranked 9th in the GSL. And as far as his TLPD ELO goes, he is pretty highly ranked as well. He is way up there right now, a very, very underrated player. And he's feeling good, man, because like you said earlier, he took a nap. He is well rested.
Yeah, he did. He's well rested. He was sleeping before the game started.
Look at his average wins, man. 1.0. That is actually really good to be in GSTL to have a, no matter what, when you come out, you win. That is pretty good of a ratio to have right now. Supernova way, way, way underrated right now. I love the choice of the win to just do it and, you know what, say, yeah, you beat 4GG, but I'm going to send Supernova out here. We're going to take a 5-minute break and we'll see if Supernova can break the streak or if FXOpen is going to take another win and pull further ahead here at the GSTL with Wolf and Caldor.